I never in my life, and especially last 2 years when people talk about AI, say human being will be controlled by machines, I never think about that. I think it's impossible, right? It's impossible because human beings, they are different. Machines are invented by human beings. And according to the science, right, humans can never create another animal that is smarter than humans. Especially when you have so many smart people, it's impossible to make another smart people.
I very much disagree with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, my view is that computer may be clever, but human beings are much smarter.
Yeah, definitely not. Yeah, definitely not.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. Now, guys, I told you in 2023 in the first quarter, we would get an event. And now we have the banking collapse, which the master magicians pulled off the perfect distraction. And at the end of the third quarter, going into the fourth quarter, guys, we're going to have another main event. Now, of course, the markets will still pump and dump until we get that next crisis. Guys, we know they're going to pull that rug. And all we have to do is watch the Fed to know exactly when that's about to happen. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. We all know this channel is shadow banned. Now, guys, in my Patreon, I keep you up to date with the New World Order events, and then also I give you the New World Order cryptos. But, of course, you have to do your own research. But, guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And guys, right now we have Bitcoin and cryptos pulling back. And we know how the NWO loves their dates, the Ides of March. And we see Credit Suisse taking a hit. And guys, all of a sudden we have Moody's articles coming out. And guys, anytime Moody's is downgrading your credit, you're going to take a hit. That's the same way. If the United States doesn't lift the debt ceiling, it's going to hurt its credit. And it took a whole week to get a Moody's article, and still in the mainstream media, you still don't hear about Moody's. But guys, Bitcoin and crypto got that 2-day pump, and like I told you, everything will calm down. And we look at the actual futures market, we see for those 2 days, volume was up, but now we're pulling back. And then also, don't forget, guys, this is a global economy. And we have Christine Lagarde tomorrow that's going to be raising rates, and I'm going to speak about that later. But guys, don't forget to pay attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates that have dropped, but we have the dollar getting very strong. The reason why, because of Europe. And that's the reason why markets are pulling back. But guys, we have volume, tether, USDC. And we have Jeremy from Circle says they have access to that $3 billion. I went over that last night. And we see USD stabilizing. And I'm going to go over USDC also later on in the video. But then also, guys, we have the Fed repo $2 trillion. And we have the central banks moving in lockstep, raising rates and running off the balance sheet. So therefore, they can destroy this legacy market so the fourth industrial revolution can rise. And guys, we're seeing this right in front of your eyes. And like I stated, guys, we know the NWO loves their dates. And today is the Ides of March. And we get the Credit Suisse news. And guys, we know Credit Suisse is not going anywhere. We know anytime you're dealing with these old banks, this is all orchestrated. And I put these dates of these banks. And by looking at these dates, you should understand how they took over the globe. Because we know the banks are the biggest what? I'll let you finish that. But guys, we have Christine Lagarde going to be raising rates about 50 basis points. They say she's not going to go that high. Most likely she will. And we know it's in the name of taming inflation. But we know it's the inflation that these central banks cause. And when our CPI numbers came out, we see inflation is not going anywhere, even though they raise rates. But guys, we know rates take 12 to 18 months to see the effect. And now we're getting the effect in the banks. And we know eventually that's going to transfer over to small businesses. And eventually the small business effect will transfer over to the employees. And what are they trying to do? Get rid of all the employees so therefore they can bring in the machines. Whether robots, algorithms, and drones take over the economy, pay each other with crypto, and the sheep go inside the metaverse. Remember, guys, machines didn't have money at first. Now they do. Now, guys, we know our Fed is going to meet next week, and then also Bank of England is going to meet next week. Now, we have the National Australian Bank made its first ever cross-border stablecoin transaction. And, guys, we know while the masses sleep, the NWO builds. And then also we have India and UAE to collaborate on developing CBDCs. And they will see whether CBDCs are going to be interoperable. But guys, we already know for a fact they will. And then also all these blockchains are going to be interoperable. And how we know? Just from the news we got with Chainlink and Swift. Swift is going to be getting all the data from all these blockchains. Remember, blockchain gives the NWO the all-seeing eye. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, guys, we have Grayscale sitting about $21.7 billion yesterday. But getting over into a little crypto news, we have Blackstone and Apollo Iron SVB assets. And guys, we know it's nothing but a real-life monopoly game that you're seeing. Everything that's going on with the banks was orchestrated. Don't let the mainstream media fool you. Remember, all your media is controlled by like 4 corporations, just like majority of assets. The Fed printed all this money to create inflation, and they knew they were going to raise the rates. So guys, they create the problem, wait for the reaction, and run in with the solution. And we know the solution is big bank takes little bank. Now we have Lido Finance expects it will support stake Ethereum withdrawals by mid-May. And guys, we know Shanghai upgrade is around the corner. Now we have blockchain as a solution for Russia's settlement issue. And guys, we know it is. It's all part of the big plan, the fourth industrial revolution. And we know China, leading the BRICS nations, was preparing to get off the US dollar since 2014. But remember, guys, the NWO has to move in phases. And they're definitely not going to tell you that America and the United States dollar is going to collapse. They have to bring in a big distraction, a main event, so the people can blame that instead of who's at fault. And we know who's at fault. These banks, the central banks. And we know the banks are the biggest what? I'll let you finish that. And lastly, guys, speaking of China, we have Kucoin, Circle, and IDG Capital lead $10 million funding for Chinese yuan stablecoin issuer. And guys, this is not mainland yuan. This is for the offshore yuan. And this is issued on Ethereum and CoinFlux. And guys, we've definitely seen CoinFlux pumping. And we know that CoinFlux is for speedy transactions, low cost. But then also, guys, we know this is all about liquidity. And even though the mainstream media is selling you on Ukraine versus Russia, China versus the U.S., when we look at the fourth industrial revolution, we're seeing all these countries moving in lockstep. That means they've agreed on this plan. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. But guys, all I have for you, don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate. Not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID Stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.